Pierce is here. Who is that? Okay. Let's see. So, Butler. Winter. Pierce, right. Swain. Blackman. Tonya Blackman, could that be an attorney?
No, that's report.
There it is. Oh, lots of undefined people. Okay. Here we go. We want to apologize for the late start. We had a technical problem that I have not experienced before. So I do want to welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. I will probably repeat myself due to the fact that I see audio connecting on folks, and I'm just kind of letting that catch up. I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. My name is Judge Person. We are running 2 dockets today. One is the prosecutor docket for the contested cases. Those folks who have pleaded not guilty are on that docket. And then we have the regular docket where I'm working with folks. Mr. Matson is here. Let's see, Mr. Matson, did you get pulled in yet? Where could he be? Something's happened there because I saw him originally. Let's see, there he is. Thank you. So if you're ready to proceed, Mr. Matson, are you having difficulty? You're on a phone call? Goodness gracious. Can we get you going? Mr. Matson?
Sorry, Your Honor. What was that?
Sorry, I'm just trying to get you going, and it looks like you were on the telephone. And court is starting, and I wanted to proceed and allow you and Mr. Miller to go ahead and begin communicating.
That works for me.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Galaxy AO2S. Let me try to find out who you are, actually.
Jack
Jack. Jack,
Yes.
you have a last name?
Armstrong.
Can you spell that?
Armstrong.
Oh, Mr. Armstrong. There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me go ahead and change the name from your Galaxy tablet. I will be with you in just a moment. Let's see. So I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. I actually do have a handful of folks who I can't identify. Speaking of that, Zoom user, I just sent you an unmute request. And if you could identify yourself, that will help us all a lot.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello, my name is Hector Cortez.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Cortez. I'm going to change the name on the screen.
Okay.
Great. And mark you in and make sure I have the proper file. And there was another person, let's see. And that one was called, oh, I think that names have been changed maybe. Let me see.
Do you got Aaron Silcott?
Calling user 1. Could you tell me who you are? I just sent an unmute request. I'm just trying to, hi.
Eric, brother, how you doing, Your Honor?
Thank you. I'm very fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Could you tell me your name?
Eric Rutherford.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Rutherford. There, I see you on my list. Okay, we'll be with you shortly, and everybody will have everyone will have an opportunity to speak. But I'm going to go ahead and mute you for until it's your turn, because if I didn't, we would never hear anything. Would just be too. So you're on the phone, which is fine. But I want to just kind of let you know to listen carefully, because I'll call your name at a certain point and I'll be looking for you to respond. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Mattson, I see that you and Mr. Miller are both back in the room. And so I wanted to go ahead and ask you, I know y'all were visiting, and let me just look again at the case, the Kraus case. And if y'all could just tell me where you are with that, please.
Your Honor, there's a tentative deal on the table. Mr. Miller is going to speak with his client and receive discovery materials and then get back to me.
Okay, we're looking at the next setting as an in-court live setting on June 15th at 1. And so we'll just hope maybe we can get it resolved before then, but if not, we'll just be in the courtroom at that point. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, and
Thank you.
you're good to be excused at this time.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Thank you.
And thank you. Mr. Wolf, do I see you there? Are you able to? There we go.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to move you over with Mr. Mattson. Good morning. Thank you. I'm going to move you over to the meeting with Mr. Mattson and regarding your client who is James Mosher or Mosher. So I'll send you on over there and we'll see you back shortly, Mr. Mattson, Mr. Wolf.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, gentlemen. So I do want to let you know a few things before we get started. When you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. It's an accusation. And a plea is your answer or response to that accusation. And there are 3 options for entering a plea: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, pleading guilty means you're saying that you did the offense just as charged. You're saying, I did this. And when you do that, we move forward with sentencing. Pleading guilty, if you plead guilty, we move forward with sentencing. Sorry if I misspoke. Guilty means I did it. If you plead no contest, it just means you're not contesting the charge. You're moving forward with sentencing, but not saying I did or didn't do this, okay? And so if you plead guilty or no contest, or if you were otherwise found guilty, we move forward with the case with sentencing. And usually there's 30 days to pay. If you need more time, we have payment plans. I have financial disclosures from everyone that's here today, I believe. And we'll look at what options we have available. The other thing to talk, and then, normally with law, what we always have is, the way we do things and then some exceptions, right? Lawyers are always famous for that, right? Arguing for exceptions. So there are exceptions to being found guilty, and there are 4 available, and I just want to disclose what they are and how they work so everybody stays on the same page. So we have 4 options available on pleas of guilty or no contest. They are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. Now, compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed for a small fee instead of paying the whole amount of the ticket. Those are very strict. For example, you have to be on time in court, and each one has its own sort of layers of restriction. So I'll walk you through what those rules are, and see if you qualify. And you're welcome to ask me questions about this, but I'm not going to wait for you to ask on that particular option of dismissal. I'll be just moving forward and trying to see if we can get to the dismissal. Okay, so I'll ask you a lot of nosy questions at that point. The second option for dismissal is if you qualify for a driver safety course option, and that's for moving violations. You have to be on time to court. And then again, there's a list, of things that you need to do to qualify to be in that program. If you qualify and you successfully complete the driver safety course program, you get a dismissal. It's for moving violations. I will walk you through the process pretty quickly, but I'll check in and see if you're qualified. And then we'll move forward in the direction if that's an option that's available to you under state law. I want to talk to you just a little bit about how the money works in a court like this one. These are Class C offenses. The penalties here are payment of fines and costs, not jail time. Higher level courts have fines and costs. They have fees for supervision. They have community service that is not related to fines and costs. It's related to the sentence. and they have jail time. And we do it a little bit differently at the Class C level. And more people come into contact with Class C courts. But what I'll tell you about this is every ticket has a court cost and a fine. And if you call the clerk and inquired about that, if you called in, the clerk would have said the whole number, like 265. But you can break that number down into two pieces. One is court costs, which are set by the state legislature, which is my way of telling you I cannot change those. Okay. And then fines, which are set by the judge of the court. That would be me. In the driver safety course option, oops, we lost someone. Hopefully they'll log back in. In the driver safety course option, what happens there is that you have the court costs and you pay those, and the fine is pulled out of that whole number and it goes on hold, and you don't pay that, but you do pay for a class and a driving record, and you get those in on time. And if you do that, you gain a dismissal of the charge. And the fine that I put on hold, I waive it. You don't pay it. It is actually cheaper to do the driver safety course option, even though you pay for the record, even though you pay for the class, than it is to pay the whole ticket. And the city of Temple doesn't get anything from that whole process. Okay. I think they might get $10. The point of that program is not about the money. The point of that program is to just provide all of us with safer drivers out there. And drivers who have a ticket, whether or not you're even guilty, just the act of getting a ticket moves us into a higher bracket. And there's a long host of reasons that I'll bore you with about that. But what I'll tell you is that with that option, what happens is that you get your ticket dismissed, and that program is incentivized to be less expensive for a reason. And I will walk you through that and see if you're qualified. And if you're qualified and you want to do it, we'll look at what we do. And if you're qualified but you don't want it, no one's going to make you do that. It's just if you want to do that, you need to be told about that. Okay. I'm going to pause for a moment and look at the Mosher case with Mr. Wolf and Mr. Mattson. Gentlemen, where are we with regard to this case?
Your Honor, there is a offer extended, and Mr. Wolf is going to take it back to his client and review discovery materials.
Okay, sounds reasonable. Our next date is a live court date, June 15th at 1 o'clock. And if I get everything that I need to resolve it before that, of course, we cancel that date. If it's just pending for any reason, we'll come on in and have a discussion and see where we are at that point.
Judge,
yeah.
Judge, would it be possible to move that to the June 1st date? I'm going to be out of state. My daughter's a flower girl and my nephew's wedding on the 15th. And so I know it's an odd day for a wedding, but I was going to see if it'd be possible to move it to the 1st.
Let me look and see. Is he already scheduled? And Mr. Mattson, do you have any objection to that? It seems reasonable to me.
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, 'cause he's already scheduled on June 1st. So we will move it to June 1st. I'm glad you're keeping track of your schedule so well that you were able to let us know, Mr. Wolf. That's truly helpful. Okay, so we'll move it to that date where you have your other cases. We'll bunch them together for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're good to go, Mr. Wolf. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too, sir. Mr. Swain, I'm going to go ahead and move you forward.
Thank you, Judge.
The next thing I want to talk to everyone about is that you have, so I'd already told you the first two options, compliance, driver safety. Sometimes those don't cover your situation. The next option covers all situations. It's called a deferred disposition. Deferred disposition is exactly what it says. Deferred is a word that means to delay, and disposition means to make final. And I delay making your case final. We put in a court order, and we list out what you need to do to gain a dismissal. And if you do the things listed on that document that you sign, then you get the dismissal. So it's a known process toward a dismissal that is under your control, basically. And you'll watch me probably walk someone through one of these here in a few moments, and we'll talk about it. But what I will tell you is, here's the trick, and listen up carefully. What the law says is that if you want a deferred disposition, you're supposed to ask the judge directly. And, the judge can then say yes or no to that. And so I'll be asking you to, let me know that you want to do that. If you didn't check that on your form, tell me when we're talking that you're seeking a deferred. The law is really clear about this. The direction on this one is you ask, I don't offer. Okay. That's just illegal. I don't even want to go into the whole long-winded, boring thing about that. But what you need to know is you request it. So guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. It's that simple. Okay. So just use that word with me or say, hey, I want that deferred option when we're talking. Just let me know. There'll be a pause where I'm asking you what I need to know, and you tell me. Okay. And I'll consider it each and every time someone makes that request of me. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. And then listen while I do that with someone, and you'll kind of understand it. Teen court looks a little bit like deferred, but it's for middle school and high school students who are presumably not working. I do see young people who are working, but what I'll tell you is with that one, again, I'll just walk you through it, and I'll take the reins, but you'll have an opportunity to be heard as well. So those are the 4 ways that I have available from the bench to do a dismissal. Okay. If you've pleaded not guilty, we're starting that process now of pretrials. And I did move lawyers on through that because normally I make everybody sit and listen. And I know those lawyers have heard it from me before. And so I just went ahead and cleared them off the docket so that you're not going to wait as long since we did that. Mr. Swain, Mr. Matson, where are y'all with regard to the speeding charge on the Joyner case?
Same approach as the past few, Your Honor. There's an offer to be brought to the client, and Mr. Swain will be provided discovery.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and set for final.
Okay. And so just with these discoveries that you're doing, just always send us the signed off version so that the court can confirm that it was done. That's all I'm looking to do. The contents of the discovery is not for the court, of course, but just the fact that it's been completed is appropriate for us to have in the file. And Mr. Swain, I know that you're already scheduled on the 1st of June for this charge, as well as others that you represent on. And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we'll send that notice out. And if it's pending, we'll just meet up at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Swain. Good
We
to
appreciate
go.
it.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And you're good to go. And Mr. Matson, I actually already got your timing is perfect because we're ready to begin the rest of your docket. And you're beginning with San Juan Cordero Pierce. And Mr. Pierce, you were here a moment ago. Oh, there Ms. Pierce, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And let me send you on over to that meeting. What'll happen is that you'll go over to that meeting as soon as I send you. And when y'all have completed that meeting, you and Mr. Matson, who is the city's prosecutor, you'll come back over and we'll just all 3 of us check in before you go. Okay? All right. Well, the sound is on, so I'm assuming you heard me. And I'm sending you on over to that meeting. Mr. Matson, I'll let you head on over.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So if you've pled not guilty, you're contesting the charge. And as a result, no problem. But I'm not sentencing you at that point because I don't know which direction it's taking. Okay. And so that's a meeting with the prosecutor. You saw Mr. Matson, and he does not represent you. He represents the party that filed the charge. So just be aware of who he is. I'm going to move forward. Ethan Santiago. I'm going to unmute you. How you're doing this morning?
Yes, ma'am. Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Thank you. Hopefully you can hear me. I normally do not look at my phone. I've got a little bit of an important call coming in that was unavoidable, and I might have to take it at some point. Hopefully it won't come in until after court. I've asked for that to happen. Okay, so Mr. Santiago, it's good to see your face finally. You're a very busy young man. You're at UTEC. You're a senior. You appear to be working almost full time. We've had some difficulty just getting onto the same page with you. And now we have two offenses, one from March, one from April. The March is a disregarding a no passing zone. The red light charge is from April 1st. I've got a no contest plea on each of those charges. Is that correct? That's your plea at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then the next thing I want to ask you did request team work. It's an option. There will be things for you to do, however, and you've got a lot on your plate. There's less for you to do if we do a deferred disposition, but then on one or two of these, one or both of these, I'm willing to look at both, but you're going to have classes that you will have to get done. And while they can be online, the timetable will be short. With teen court, the timetable is 30 days on all of the classes. You've got two cases. So you'll have two classes plus an essay. The flip side is you pay less money on that. So if we do that, what that would look like is a $40 fee in cash that I would ask to be paid today. And then classes, there would be two. One would be a driving safety. The other would be a life skills class. And both would be due in 30 days, which would be June 14th. And then you would have an essay to write on a topic that the court defines it's regarding traffic safety. And that would also be due on the 14th of June. And it's a 3-page essay. So if you want to do that, I am fine with that.
So you think I would do less if I did deferred disposition?
Well,
Like
with deferred disposition, I'm going to require a class because I legally must. I can, however, require just the one driving safety class and use them for both, and it would still keep it off your record. But the balance there would be 538.
Okay. I would like to go teen court then.
Okay.
Do you know if those two classes are online? Are they online?
Yes, they are online, but you must do them and you must turn them in on time.
I assume I'll learn later where I turn them in and all that.
You turn them in here at the court. You do them online, which we will give you a handout regarding that when you come in. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes.
Okay. So that's, and then you've got two classes and the essay you don't pay anything to do, but you are going to watch some videos. An essay. Okay. So everything is due, not finished on the 14th, turned in, which means you figure out, when it's what you're going to need in terms of getting those certificates. Usually it's automatic. Once you're done, they send it to you. But I don't know. You'll have to look into that for yourself. And then you bring it to us. They don't supply it for you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. What time will you be coming in to do your final paperwork and get all your handouts?
Probably today.
It has to be today.
I meant like let's say 10:30.
10:30 is good. I'm just making a note of that. We will see you then, and you can get an excuse for work or school that you had court this morning, okay?
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
All right. When you get here, just expect to take about 10, 15 minutes reading everything and making really sure you know what we are asking you to do. Do you have any questions at this time?
The fee was $40?
$40, it's a cash.
Okay. Okay. And it's at the Temple Municipal? Okay.
Yes, where you came and filled out your paper. Back to the same.
Okay, that's it. That's all my questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Santiago.
Thank you. Have a good day. Oh, wait, I can leave, right?
You can. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Aaron Silcott.
Yes, that's me.
Hi, how are you, Mr. Silcott?
I'm doing pretty well.
Okay, let me just get your file pulled. Folks who are wondering why I'm taking people in the order, I do watch as the meeting begins and who's logging in. So I've tried to do that, and I've been faithful about that, keeping people in order so that it is relatively fair. If you were here in the live court setting, there would be a line, and it's basically a line only. You get to be in the comfort of your home. Mr. Silcott, I reviewed everything. I had some questions, okay?
Go ahead.
Let me kind of review everything out loud with you. There is a no insurance charge from March 1st, and you have entered a plea of no contest to that charge. And it does look like that's been paid. Let me get the clerk to verify that. Then there is another no insurance charge, April 23rd, and the fines and costs are $281. And as to that charge, you have entered a plea of no contest and made a request for a dismissal of that charge. Is that the status as you understand it?
Yeah, I understand you.
Okay, so I don't have an outright dismissal for that. I have a prosecutor memo that normally would have allowed that because you did get insurance within 24 hours. The trouble is you already had a charge a month ago. And so I'm not able to do a dismissal outright. If your request is for a deferred disposition, which is another way that I'm sort of interpreting this, then I would grant the deferred disposition. And we have to talk about your income information, which I didn't fully understand. I had some questions. It does look like you're working. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is it that you do there?
I walk dogs.
Okay. Great. And then you put 250. Is that a week or a month? What is that?
That's 250 a week.
A week. Okay. And so then I also noticed that maybe you're living with family, but you do have some rent, but there's a 300 and 200 superimposed over that. So what is your rent? Your portion.
There's 100 for living, there's 100 for Wi-Fi, and then I pay utilities or food.
Okay, what is your rent? Do you pay rent amount?
Technically, yes, but not a set of rent amount. Like what I just told you is technically me paying rent.
Okay, all right. What does that typically run? The whole amount?
About 300 to 350.
Okay, all right. That sort of helps me. And then you have a cell phone. And do you receive receive food stamps or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have like gas, car payment, anything like that?
The insurance under my dad, I don't have a car payment. And I pay for gas.
Are you a student?
No.
Okay. You're just working on getting on your feet. Okay. So a deferred disposition, I would be willing to grant it. I would probably do a slight reduction on the fine because I am expecting you to pay it. Let me get that reduction done and get you a total. Is the fine 200? And the court costs 81. So take the fine to half. So your total would be 181 instead of 281. I can break that into 3 payments of $61. And the last one, 61, 60, and 60 is what that would be like. When are you paid in your profession? What day of the week?
Every Friday.
Okay. So, excuse me, let me just get I didn't get my calendar pulled up before court. Let me pull it up. Next Friday, and let me look and see what that date is going to be. It's not letting me pull it. Let me just look at it. Next Friday should be the 20th. Can we do the first payment on the 20th?
Yeah.
Okay. And then just looking forward, 3 weeks later is June 10th. Can we do the second payment then?
So you said the 20th, the 10th. Yeah, anytime you say I can do.
Okay. And then July 1st for the last payment.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay. I do require a couple of things. You're not going to be allowed to get any more tickets. You do have to provide current insurance, which you have done. It's supposed to cover the deferral period, which runs until September 13th. So I'm going to need you to give me another, even if it's a month to month, you don't have to prepay, but you do have to show that you are intending that you are covered for now until September. So I will need, yes, I will need proof of coverage for the entire period, beginning with the first payment, May 20th. Okay. Because right now what you've submitted just covers up to just about that date. So, so proof of insurance covering you through September on file with the court with that first payment, May 20th. Now your deferral order will also say, don't reoffend, don't get more tickets, don't get arrested, don't move without letting us know, plus the 3 payments, plus the proof of insurance. I'm not going to require a class on this particular deferred. What time will you be here to sign your documents today, this morning or this afternoon?
Well, hold on. So it's 181. I have to do, so it'd be 181 and I'd have to do the proof of insurance and the other stuff.
Yes.
And then it would be the full 281 just to pay the thing and get it done.
Yes.
All right. I got you. Not gonna lie, I think I might just take the L and catch the 281.
Okay. So do you need more than 30 days to make payment?
Yes.
Okay. Can you pay $60 a month?
Yes.
Okay. And you can you begin today or this Friday?
I should be able this Friday.
Okay. This Friday is going to be let me double check. I think it's the 13th, Friday the 13th. We'll start this Friday, $60 each month. With a conviction. And so when are you coming in to sign?
I just signed what papers again, my fault. For
Yeah, you have to sign for a payment plan. You have to sign.
No, okay, yeah, I got you. I can come
When are you
in.
coming in?
I can come in around 12.
Okay, I'll make a note of that, and we will see you then.
Alrighty, thank you. I'm free to go.
You are good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sillicott. Mr. Mattson, I know that you were visiting with San Juan Pierce, and let me just see. Okay, so thank you, Ms. Pierce. Mr. Mattson, where are we with regard to this case?
Your Honor, Ms. Pierce wanted to speak with you, actually.
Is what now?
She wanted to speak with you.
Okay.
If possible, Your Honor.
Right, there's some limits because the plea is not guilty. And when the plea is not guilty, it's no disrespect intended here, but I have to limit what I'm allowed to talk about because legally I'm required to do so until trial. Yes, with that provision, what's up?
Okay, I speak. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor. I was trying to explain when I first got the ticket, I was trying to explain to the judge, to the officer what happened. It was something I had to avoid. It was something I could not avoid. I'm sorry, I have a bad memory. I'm having trouble
So
speaking.
I actually have to, it's okay, and I'm not trying to frustrate you, but you have contested these charges. You've said not guilty to these charges, which means that you are requesting a trial. And in doing so, we don't just have one, like you decide that we're going to do it right now. We have to come,
sorry. Okay.
you have to come to court to do that. So
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you're wanting a trial, the next step is a pretrial here in the court, June 15th. That is not the trial date. 1 o'clock is the time. But I'm not able to listen to the facts of your case right now. And I'm definitely not able to listen to the facts of your case and throw out your case or decide your case. When you contest the charge, you have the right to be heard in court. And so does the officer who wrote the citation. And Texas law says on these, we're required to carry a license that is not expired. We are required to display it when requested to do so by law enforcement. So that's the nature of the charges. To the fail to display your license, you have pleaded not guilty. And right now your balance is $430.30 because the stop was January 29th of 2020. And now the first time we're really actually getting to court is at this point. And then the other charge was an expired license charge. And again, the same date of the stop back in 2020. And it's $430.30 because the cases were neglected for whatever reason and no one answered, no one appeared. And now we are at a point where we have, warrants. So you're requesting to have the case decided in a trial setting. And that means we come to court to do that. And there's a pretrial here in the court. And then we come back for the actual trial. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm not able, with all due respect, but I'm
I
not
understand.
not able to listen to the facts of the charge, not trying to be rude. Your rights are what we're doing. You have the right to a fair and impartial proceeding, which means I don't decide the case beforehand and become biased against or in favor of either party. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
So I will plan to see you June 15th at 1. And if it's okay, we'll email that setting to the email that we use to set this court date. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good.
Sorry? Oh, I don't know what y'all are doing. So we can talk about it. Okay. So Mr. Mattson, is there anything else I need to address with regard to this cases?
No, Your Honor, there's not.
Okay. All right. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Moving forward, Mr. Mattson, I'm Jedediah Butler is here for you. Mr. Butler, I'm going to let you unmute if you're able and send you on over to the pretrial room with Mr. Mattson for that discussion. And when that's completed, you'll come back over before you leave today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Butler.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Mattson, thank you as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm moving forward then with Letitia Minter. Miss Minter, you tell me the best way to say your name, ma'am.
It's Latasha.
Natasha, thank you very much. I'm sorry for that. We're doing my best. But I don't mind, and I like to hear how people's names should be said. And I have your file. I did review everything. Let me just kind of walk you through where I am and give you an opportunity to talk to me. Ms. Minter, there's a speeding charge from March 25th at 222. So March 25th of 2022, excuse me. The balance, if you paid it, is $250. You did request a payment plan and I can approve it. However, I just noticed a few things, okay? I did notice that it was possible that you could do a payment plan. I also noticed you are a single parent of 3 teenagers, which I do not envy that job. So blessings to you for that one. But that can run into, like, there's fees associated with teenagers. They just are expensive. And then I noticed that your rent is like 100% of your earnings. So I think it's a stretch to do a payment plan. I can approve community service, I think, in your case, but I'm noticing there's disability income coming in. So I also think it's problematic. So I kind of feel like, you've pleaded guilty. You're not on time to do the driver's safety course option, although I don't completely know why we missed court. And I'm willing to talk about that too. So I'm kind of opening it up for you to just give me a bunch of information. Tell me how things are for you. Let me know what's important right now.
Things are pretty limited for me right now, because just don't have a full-time schedule currently, and gonna start school over the summer as well, and just I just like to take care of things. I don't really like to have tickets and things like that, just kind of standing on me, because I really don't have a record and things like that. And so I just was trying to look into the best option that would be for me, and something that I could go ahead and take care of and everything, but just trying to see my options too.
Okay, so one thought is we could do, I hear you talking about your record. If you're requesting a deferred disposition, I would grant that. That would keep it off your record. In your particular case, I would also be in a position to order community service instead of payment. If we did that, it would be 13 hours of community service. It would be due as a part of your deferral because it's for payment. And it would be due by July 19th, although you could do it now and get it turned in. That is subject to whether your doctor would disagree. If your doctor says you can't do community service, I need you to get that in writing to me from your physician by that due date of July 19th. And then the defer would be 120 days. It would end on September 13th. And what you would do there is don't get any more tickets with your record. I don't think that's a problem at all. Get your community service turned in. Don't get arrested. If you move, let us know in writing. And by September 13th, we would do a dismissal. So that is an option. It's a good option. It's probably the best option available for your situation. There are probably some others, but they're probably going to be a little more involved. So how does that one sound?
I think it'll be fine. And for the disability thing, it's not on me specifically.
Okay.
It's one of my children.
Okay. All the more reason for me to accept community service instead of payment. And that's really helpful to know. In fact, I'm going to make a note. Because it really is a different thing entirely if you're receiving money for yourself versus receiving it for another person, because there's a duty there. So I understand that. Okay, so if we do the deferred, it will keep it off your record. I do need a signature today on the deferral and on the community service waiver. And the waiver just says if you pick Temple off the list of places, they don't have coverage if you're injured. I have a list of places that are friendly to community service. I would give you that list. I have some rules that I require that you follow. Read them very carefully before you get started. You can read them at the window. If you have any questions, and if a clerk can't answer you, you can email and they'll get it to me and we'll get you an answer. And then there's a timesheet just for keeping track of your hours, where you tell me where you went. Your supervisor needs to sign off on it and initial your hours. We call and verify it, then apply the credit. So that would be due by July 19th with an end date on your deferral by September 13th. And you would get a dismissal.
Okay.
Can I get your signature this morning or this afternoon?
I can come by this morning.
Okay. I will have everything at the window for you shortly.
Okay.
And I'm just making some quick notes. Do you have any questions, Ms. Minter?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, thanks.
Come on by.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm moving forward. And my next person to talk to is Tonya Blackman. Good morning, Ms. Blackman. How are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and ask for you to be on screen. And I do have your file here. Let me just get it pulled up. And I just had a couple of questions. So I have 3 new cases, and they are a speeding charge with fines and costs of $259, a no insurance charge with fines and costs of $281, and then there was a final case of an invalid license, fines and costs are $281. I then
Yes,
have, thank you, and I have no contest pleas on all 3 of those. Are those your pleas at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are all for a March 21st stop. And then I have 3 KPS pro fines, which are arrest warrants for non-payment of a fine. And those balances with the new cases, the old cases altogether total $1,789.13. It's quite a bit of money.
Yes, ma'am.
I also reviewed everything on your payment application, and I did make it was a little confusing. It looks like right now you had employment, but you're furloughed.
Yes, ma'am.
And then maybe there's the second employment of take-home pay for a partner, but you're divorced. So I thought maybe that was just some confusion. You don't have any income coming to the home. Is that correct?
So, so those previous tickets that I have, the ones that are now warrants, I was married, and when I went to the court to apply for the payment plan, she told me to put my spouse's income on there, and that's probably what you see on there.
Okay.
I was going through a divorce, and I did explain that to her, and she said to still put it on there. I did get the payment plan. It was $119 a month, but the other day when I was up there, the woman that I spoke to said she didn't see that anywhere. But back to what I was saying, divorced, payment plan of $119 a month, and then I was working, but I got put on a furlough, and so I wasn't able to make those payments, and that's what turned them into a warrant.
Okay, it's always a good idea when something changes to come in and talk to us about it before it goes to warrant. But I'm declaring you indigent and therefore ordering community service for payment instead of payment. And
can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Instead of payment, I'm ordering community service.
Okay.
It does come because we have 6 cases. It comes to 90 hours. We're going to start with a due date of July 19th, and I will give you more time as long as you're keeping up with the cases and turning in some hours. I want to give you a list of places where you can do the work.
Okay.
I also want to give you some time sheets to keep track of your hours.
Okay.
And we're going to need you to come in and sign for everything here at the court, and I will recall your warrants.
Okay.
Let me make some notes. Are you coming in this morning or this afternoon?
I would be able to be there around 1 o'clock.
That's great. And that'll work fine. So the plan now is to get your fines and costs paid through community service. Okay.
Okay. Just to clarify, if you don't mind, though, that community service, is that for everything that I have listed or just the new stuff? Okay. Thank you.
All 6 cases are being addressed in one move.
Okay.
Community service. And as you turn it in, we'll apply it to the oldest and then the newest.
Okay.
If you get it all done by your due date, we'll clear you out. And I'm positive I have holds on your ability to get your license renewed. And I can't release them until I can clear your cases. So the sooner I get a bunch of hours, the better, because those are those older cases. And I suspect that is causing part of your problem with your license. And if you want, I have what I call my super packet. It's Judge Person's super packet of how to get your license back information.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put that in what you're picking up today.
Okay.
It is literally a walkthrough and of what to do and where to go and who to talk to and how to find the information. One thing you'll find out is you need to talk to the Temple Municipal Court and get your cases resolved. So step one, you've done it. So
Okay.
there may be other courts and it'll help you find if there are. And we are going to be listed in the what's called the failure to appear section. And with the failure to appear section, once you learn how to log in and you use the super packet, what you'll see is you'll move from open cases. Once you've turned in those hours and we clear you, it'll drop to closed cases, which means we've released the hold. Okay.
Okay.
And that's really, you've got to do that for anybody that you're pending with. Okay. It's not just the warrant, it's the hold on the license. And then you might need an occupational, and you'll be able to tell from the packet whether you need an occupational, and you don't want to keep getting more tickets while it's pending. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll have everything at the front desk for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Blackman. You're good to go. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Matson on the Butler case, where are we?
Your Honor, Mr. Butler will be placed on deferral.
Great.
Standard 120-day period. He will complete driver safety course by the 60th day. And he has requested to break his payment up into monthly installments.
Okay. Just you glitched out a tiny bit. The driving safety is due July 19th. Is that what you said?
Is that the 60th day from
Yes,
today?
it
Then
is.
yes.
Okie dokie. Okay, thank you. We are going to go ahead and prepare that order here because I need to certain his payment dates. And I'm going to let you move forward with the next person that you're talking to, which is Sheldon Wright. And Mr. Wright.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Let me move.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you great. I'm going to move you on over to that meeting with Mr. Matson, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And Mr. Butler, I'm pretty good about I'm pretty good about naming, just having you name your date. If I break it into 2 payments, that's $127 each time. And you tell me what would work best, and I'll see if I can approve it.
Yes, ma'am.
What the first payment, when would that be?
You said 127?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I get paid. Yeah, I get paid this week. I could do it this Friday, actually.
Okay, Friday the 13th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then the next payment, how much time would be realistic for you?
Give me another 2 weeks.
Okay.
For those.
2
like
weeks.
next pay period.
Okay, so you're paid every 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that would be the 27th of May. Is that gonna work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll put that in your order, and then we need your signature. Normally people just come up and do it. We can email it to you if you have the capacity to print it, sign it, and scan it back over to us. So which is gonna work best for you?
I could come in and sign it myself because I don't have a printer.
Okay, great. What time should we look for you today? This morning or this afternoon?
This morning at 11:30.
Okay, we will look for you around that time, and we will see you then. And do you have any questions right now?
No, ma'am, I do not. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You have a good day.
You too, Mr. Butler. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So I'm just going to keep moving along. Mr. Armstrong?
Yes.
Hi, how are you this morning?
Pretty good.
Good, okay. So what has happened with your case at this point? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What has happened at this point is, we had trial, and then you were found guilty, and you did appeal, and the judge on appeal said that he did not have jurisdiction and sent the case back down here for the judgment, which is a balance of 284. And that's the status. The appeal was basically
The what?
Yeah. So are you working at this time?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could get the deferred defeatification or whatever.
I'm not able to do that at this point. You've already been found guilty of the offense.
I mean, by you, I'm
Yes.
not guilty though. Even the cop said
It
I was.
doesn't really matter. So I can give you 30 days to pay, or you can
It really does matter though.
or you can talk to me. You can talk to me with respect that I'm also giving you, or you can just have 30 days to make payment, because I don't really have a way to work with you if you're going to argue the decision. I've already made the decision. I've already found you guilty of the offense. And while I know you disagree, it is what it is. So
I'm just trying to figure out, like, if the rules are the rules in the law and I'm there first, it doesn't make sense. I feel like this is just a money grab. Like, you saying you can't do it, I think you can, you just don't want to.
No, I'm actually not allowed to under the law, and I'm following the law.
You didn't when you plead me guilty.
Well, we disagree about that, and we're gonna have to leave it there. Are you working or are you not working? How are you making?
I am working, but I don't have $300 almost to give you guys for something that's not even me.
Where are you working?
It's a scam.
Where are you working?
I have 2 jobs right now. So
And
I'm
where are
working
you
at
working?
T-Mobile, and then there's T-Mobile, and then this other company called Fastno.
Called what?
Called Fastno.
Fastno?
Fastenod.
Fastenod, okay. Okay, I can approve a payment plan of $30 a month.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna pay. So I'll probably just sit it out in court because it's stupid. I mean, jail.
You don't really sit it out in court. If you choose to go to warrant, you can talk to me about your warrant at that time.
I will, because I mean, I'll pay like a portion of it, but I'm not paying.
Just give you 30 days to pay, and I'm going to disconnect you at this time. Just one moment. I'll be with the next person. And my next person is, let's see, Mr. Rutherford, I think, is on the pretrial docket. And so my next person is Mr. Cortez. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Just one moment, Mr. Matson, I'll be with you, and I'll pull Miss Wright over. Just had a nice telling off for my birthday from Mr. Armstrong, which I figured would be the case.
Sorry, what was that, Your Honor?
Oh, I'm just kind of chuckling because I got told off by Mr. Armstrong. I had to let him know that Judge Mishin had denied his appeal and that he now owed the court. And he has actually lied on his payment application, saying he's not employed, when he did, in fact, admit to me that he works 2 jobs. He could make payment, but he will not be doing so. He would go to warrant. So there it is. Whatever. It's not really important. It's kind of funny, but anyway, I'm not trying to be disrespectful of him, although he was extremely disrespectful to me and the court. But I'm just making some quick notes. So there, we can only give him 30 days to pay and move forward.
Hello, Daddy.
Okay. So Mr. Wright and Mr. Matson know that y'all were talking. And where are we with regard to this matter?
Your Honor, Mr. Wright would like to change.
Yes, Mr. Wright, we can hear you. Mr. Matson's going to talk to me for a quick moment, and then I do want you to have an opportunity as well.
Yes, ma'am. I'm fighting with my 3-year-old right now. So I'm trying to keep him out of my conversation. So excuse me.
It's just like that sometimes. Don't worry. Okay. So where are we with this one?
Your Honor, he would like to change his plea to no contest and get on a payment plan. And I told him he could work out the details of that with you.
Okay, I will do so. I believe it's probably your last person, although the person that just checked in, I need to figure that one out. But Mr. Rutherford is identified right now because he's had to come back in a couple of times. He's currently looks like his name is call-in user 1, but that's Mr. Rutherford. So I'm going to go ahead and Mr. Rutherford, I'm going to go ahead and send you in. I believe it's Mr. Rutherford. Let me double check because now it says call-in user 2. Hi, are you there? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
This is
Hello?
Hi, are you Mr. Rutherford?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to actually move you to another meeting and you'll be talking with Mr. Matson, who is the city's prosecutor.
Can you repeat that?
I had already sent him, so good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just one quick moment. I'll be right with you. The party that just logged in, Samsung SMN9, you. Who are you?
son. Brandon Rose.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Rose, you're kind of late for court. It started an hour ago. What happened?
I just I forgot about it and I was working on it and my girlfriend reminded me.
Okay. All right.
Just let me-
We'll get to you next, okay? So you'll be muted for minutes.
Okay.
You'll have a turn. Okay, Mr. Wright.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here we are. Are you still working at Instacart?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Are you still working at Instacart?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a home food grocery guy. I deliver groceries.
Okay. Are you the only income? Are you the only
Stop.
income? Are you the only income to your home?
Yes, ma'am. Currently,
Okay.
I'm a father of 5,
Yeah, I see that.
and my
Do you have
my
food
children are all
stamps?
in school.
You have food
Yeah, I do get food stamps. Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's helpful because I'm not seeing how you make ends meet. What is the amount of the
It's-
food stamps?
I'm sorry.
What amount are your food stamps each month?
They're $900 per month.
Okay, that's helpful.
Boy.
So, I could do a low payment of $25 a month, or I could order community service and work out the time with you.
Well, I try to stay focused on working because, ma'am, it's hard. I'm like I said, I have a 19-year-old all the way down to a 3-year-old,
Yes.
and they keep my pockets empty. Just being honest, and I would but I would like to make payments as if I would like any other bill and try to get this taken care of.
Okay, I'm gonna do a reduction.
And that would be fine.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
What did you?
I'm sorry. What was that now?
What was the last thing you just said?
That the payment plan that you announced would be just fine. I will be able to take care of it.
Okay, when can you start that $25 a month payment? What's a good day of the month for you?
The beginning of next week on Monday,
Okay,
I'll come into the court.
I believe that's the 16th. Let me check. Yeah, so Monday the 16th,
Monday the 16th.
and then we need to get a signature today. What time do you want to do that?
I'll be there at 2:15 right after I pick up my wife from school. She goes to college here.
That's perfect. I made a note of that. And Mr. Wright will have everything at the window. I am going to do a reduction of your fine.
Yes, ma'am.
And that'll be represented when you get here. You'll see that reduction has been made. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I really appreciate you this morning, and God bless. And I apologize for the gentleman before me on behalf of all men.
Thank you. Oh, that's very sweet. It's my birthday today. And
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I knew something would be like completely whatever. And so I just kind of laugh it off because you just can't, you can't
Happy
take
birthday.
it away, and you know, you also can't take it out. So,
Well, me and Sheldon the second to both tell you happy birthday this morning, Your Honor. Say happy birthday.
thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Sheldon.
Yeah, have a beautiful day.
For the second. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Namesake. That's great. All right. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, sir. Thanks for making my day brighter.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad to see you smile.
Okay, so we're moving forward. Hector Cortez. Mr. Cortez, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, great. There you are. I did review everything that you submitted, and I'm glad to see. I think you have a parent there. Is that right? Is that your
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's my mom.
You look young enough to be a sister. What is your name, ma'am?
Crystal Perez.
Okay. Thank you. So, and I'm just going to write that down. So, Mr. Cortez,
Yes, ma'am.
everything that you submitted, and I do have proof that you're enrolled in school. I have a
Yes.
guilty plea on a speeding charge. The balance would be $264 if you paid it, and we're looking at teen court. There is a $20 fee for teen court, and that's a cash fee. Can you pay that today?
Yes, ma'am.
And then there'll be a class that you can do online that will be due June 14th.
Okay, yes.
We'll give you some information for how to find a class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then you'll need to come to the court to, sign your paperwork, and your mom is going to need to come with you to do that.
Yes,
because
ma'am.
you're technically underage. What time can we get you here?
We're gonna go in after we get off the call.
Okay, this morning sometime. We should have that. We should have that for you pretty shortly. Okay. So turn in and you'll gain a dismissal. Okay, Mr. Cortez.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Okay. And so on the Rutherford case, Mr. Mattson, do we have a resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. I will first address the vehicle violations. Mr. Rutherford is going to take a 1-for-1 hit on the turn right into wrong lane.
Okay.
And I will be dismissing the park and handicap ticket for that.
Okay.
And he said that he can pay the full amount within 30 days.
Okay. All right.
And then on the assault by contact, he will be taking the hit and paying the amount within 30 days as well.
Okay. So, all right. And then Mr. Rutherford, there's also a balance of $281 on a no insurance charge. And I have community service there due May 24th. So are you wanting to, are you going to get that community service turned in? Or are you wanting to change that into some sort of payment? I'm open to either option.
Okay, I can do some form of payment.
Okay. It's $281. Do you want to put that one into a payment plan? Right now.
Can I do it? Can I do it along with the other ones?
Yes, those just have 30 days to pay. Do you need more than 30 days?
Yes, because that's already like over $800, $900.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Are you, okay, hold on just a minute. Do we have fingerprints and everything needed on the family violence case? Because I don't have any notes on that. So on Rutherford, Karen. So are you wanting to do, so you save a little money if you pay cases off within 30 days. The first one is, thank you. The first one is $234. Can you do that one in 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next one is 296. Can you do that one in 30 days?
I'll be able to do those two for sure in 30 days.
Okay, and so just on the third one, what we can do is do payments of $50 a month. You can always pay more and get it done faster. And we will start that one. We can start in the July 1st after you've done the other
Yes,
ones.
ma'am.
It'll give you another couple weeks after you've done the other ones. So I'll need you to come in and make a signature on these documents. Okay.
Okay, so what if I'm not in state or
Where are you?
in Georgia?
Okay, I can email you the documents, but I need them scanned. I need them printed, signed, and scanned back over to the court.
Yes, ma'am, I can do that.
Okay, we need to get that from you today. And what I will do is also, once I will send everything over to you to the email that we used to set this meeting up. Will that work?
Yes, ma'am.
And we will also send you a copy of that dismissal once I receive it from the prosecutor. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rutherford, and we will be emailing that to you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And so your last person is Brandon Rose. Mr. Rose, this is our prosecutor. He does not represent you. He represents the state. And I'm going to send you over to have that meeting with him. And then y'all will come back into this room when that's over.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. So, someone on being wifey, which technically I did because I removed him, which is what contempt would do. I just didn't throw him in jail because I don't particularly know where he might be. But anyhow, I just needed to tell him the things I'm supposed to tell him. I'm surprised he logged in at all. Yeah. You know, the thing is, I'm sure contempt will likely happen at some point. Because that's what his warrant technically is. Failing to follow accordingly. Huh? Just to be safe. I know how to save them. It's up the way. I now have my electric statement. I got an Aaron got me. Yay. It's the little things. Okay, I can just use those next time for him. Oh. So this one's a no-show, but I can accept this for the order community service. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, perfect. What is the charge of major vehicle repair? That is code enforcement one. Major, performing it, you're not supposed to? Yes, ma'am. Got it. I'm in business, but I'm not allowed to do this. What it is. Yeah. I get it. What happened to Kurt Glass? I'm not sure. Ask if Mr. Matson's heard from him, but I think we're just moving forward. Yeah, it was kind of sad that that woman shot herself. He took off with that criminal. Yeah, oh, and I did read it. Yeah, that's okay. Sad though, we don't really know her story, and her I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Why anyone would do that? I can understand the part where she takes her life, but why she even began to do what she did, I just do not even do. Okay, so here we go on the Rose case. And let's see. So, Mr. Matson, where are we with regard to the Rose case?
Your Honor, for the expired motor vehicle registration, I told Mr. Rose that if he sends in proof that the vehicle did not belong to him, he was working on it for a customer, He will be sending in some invoices showing that the work was being done. I will dismiss it, and that will be sent in by Friday, 13th.
Okay, what else?
For the insurance charges, we are doing a 1-for-1. The charge from the 19th of February will be dismissed in exchange for the charge from the 21st of February being changed to a plea of no contest.
Okay.
And for the major vehicle repair citation, Mr. Rose has requested trial.
Okay. Couple of clarification points on the insurance charge from February 21. Are we needing more than 30 days to make payment? That one is 281.
Yes.
Okay. Can you pay $50 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we begin that today since you're coming in anyway?
Not today. It will probably be a couple of days until we get a job that we can do.
Okay. So next Friday, will that work?
Yes, ma'am.
Starting on the 20th. I do need you to come in and make a signature on a payment plan to begin $50 a month on the 20th of this month.
Okay.
I need you to come in today to make signature.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay, and then on the proof, you can bring it to the court with you over here Friday, and we can scan it to the file, but the court will not be taking any action on that. Mr. Matson will, if it's in there. So he's gonna check like Monday and see if it got scanned in on Friday, probably something like that. If it's not, then we will schedule that along with your trial case for a pre-trial here live in the courtroom on June 15th at 1 o'clock, and you need to be here on time. And we will plan to see you then, okay?
Okay.
All right, and the dismissal on the other insurance charge, Mr. Matson will send that over today. We'll sign it and we'll have that emailed over to you in the course of the day sometime today. Okay? All right. I think we're good to go on all 4 of these things. We will see everyone on the 15th. We'll see you today. What time today are you coming in to make signature?
Here in about
an hour.
Probably about an hour.
Okay.
You're in Temple, correct?
Same place y'all came to before. We didn't move.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. Matson, I have a different question for you. Did you have...
Your Honor, before we start that, is it okay if I run to the restroom really quick?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. I believe so. I'm still... Oh, that guy. Let me look again. Yeah, no, it just felt confused. So we got a dismissal on the handicap. He's paying second one in 30 days. He's paying number 3 within 30 days. And then he's setting up a payment plan of $50 a month on the other one that currently has community service. And the payments don't start until July 1st. Because he's doing those other 2 big ones. No, it's understandable. And I feel equally confused about this one. Okay, so that's what I need to do. It's kind of that either he turns it in or we set it for final. Oh, right. So yeah. This one needs to be yeah. So yeah, 1, the major vehicle repair comes to final pretrial. The next one down, the insurance case, is a no contest plea with $50 a month beginning 5/20/22, and he's signing this morning. The expired motor vehicle registration, he's bringing in something for Ryan by Friday. If not, then it's also scheduled for the 6:15 at 1 o'clock. And then we're getting a prosecutor motion on the no insurance charge. Fourth thing. There's the list. Watched God this past weekend on Netflix. I'm not even a Western fan. That was really good. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I just wondered, have you heard from Mr. Glass?
Yes, actually, he did email me. Let's see. He emailed me on April 20th requesting a plea offer, and I made one. And then he said on April 25th that he would relay the offer to his client and get back to me. I have not heard from him since.
Okay, because he's a no-show for today. Okay. All right, I'll just keep proceeding with him.
Are they set for final on the 15th?
Yes, at 1. We're good. Do you have anything that you need to address with the court, or are you doing okay? We're live.
I'm doing great. That is all I had, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a good
Thank you.
morning. All right.